My mom was telling me this literally the other day because we were having this conversation, and she said literally one time I was talking about one of the courses I wanted to take. I said, should I take geography or history? Like, which one do you think would be better for my degree? And the lady's, well, this process is longer, and I feel like it's harder. Mom said, I didn't ask for which one is better for my degree.
Yeah.
Which one is better? Not which one is harder for me. You see my skin color, you see my hijab on my head, you think I won't be able to do it. That's not what I'm asking. If I was white, what way do you think will help me?
Yeah.
Okay, being a nurse/nursing student, have you encountered any form of discrimination? So this one
hold me back.
This one, okay.
Hold me back.
So low key, I haven't actually I haven't encountered any specific form of discrimination, but I feel like the nursing program as a whole is just one big ball of discrimination. Let me not even lie to you. Shoot, discrimination. Like, I'm not even joking, because going in as a black student, you already know, like I said before, I am 1 in 70 plus.
Wow.
70, like, we will sit in an auditorium, and it's so crazy because I only started like really thinking about it now, the little things that I do. Like, I sit in the front of the class so that I don't feel like people are looking at me, or I don't feel pressure to not ask a question. So like, I'll be like right up there with the prof. It's actually crazy. Like, I do little things, like I'll talk a lot to kind of make people know that you can talk to me, like you can talk to me.
Yeah.
Like, I'll be super loud or stuff like that to get not noticed, but like to show people like, I'm not dangerous. Like, what are you doing? Like, we shouldn't have to do that, right? And getting into the nursing program, you need to do like the Casper test. So it's kind of like an aptitude test, and they give you like questions on different scenarios, and then you're graded on how you answer, and that's 40% of your mark to get into nursing. Oh my goodness. When they told me that you were going to be watched while doing that Casper, I said, I'm not getting in. I literally sat there and I said, Mama, they're not going to take me. I said, if they can see who I am, and they already take like 2 to 3 people in nursing, I said, they're not going to take me. But then like other people are like, no, because you're black, they probably will. But then that's not even any better. You know what I mean? It's like, because I'm black, they will. Because I'm black, they won't. It's just the whole program itself, and like the way that the curriculum is set up. Ask me with everything done online and you posting pictures on your PowerPoint, why couldn't you get 3 different types of skin tones to show me how diseases are represented on the skin? Like, it's ridiculous. If you're getting it the same place you're getting it off of Google to put on your PowerPoint for me to teach myself, first of all, why can't you do it on different skin tones? So it's just the whole program in itself, and it's so stressful because you go in already so unconfident, and then you hear all of these stories, and you know, like, you just kind of, that same mental preparation, it's like, why do I always have to mentally prepare for the worst? Like, it's the whole program is one big ball. But so I don't have any specific one, but I'm still waiting on it because it shall come. It will come, and I know it. It's just being able to handle that and walk with it the way with pride as the amazing black woman that I am. But
As a nursing student, I feel like it was like low key. I don't like low key to the point where it's like, oh, like, I don't know if that's them being discriminatory against me, and then later on being like, wait a minute, that was not right. Like, what? Why me? You know what I mean? So definitely there's been times like I feel like they're a little bit sneaky. I had this one clinical instructor who was like, I can give her name, and I was going to until my mom told me not to. So, but so the clinical was going great. Midway val going great. Nurses report about me and patients great. And then at the end, she's like, "You're not doing good. You're behind everybody else. What's going on? Like,
what do you mean?"
Basically, and I said to her, like, well, why didn't you tell me? Like, why didn't you tell me during the midway val? Or why didn't you pull me aside and tell me? And she didn't even give me an answer. Or what am I doing wrong? Like, tell me. She didn't even tell me. She couldn't tell me. So it's things like that. I mean, like, she didn't fail me because she really couldn't, because she didn't even tell me what she was going to fail me on. So I took it to someone higher than her. One time, there was a time where this was a nursing professor, instructor.
I already even know who it is.
I was working during school, and anyways, she came to me and said, something's wrong. Why are you working during school? Something's wrong. What's wrong with your house, with your home life? Like, I came to a bunch of assumptions about my home life, and it's not like something's wrong and I need help and it's affecting my school, where it made no sense. And it was like, anyways, so her assumption that something was wrong in my life, like, I don't know, kind of made me feel some type of way.
Yeah,
definitely.
But that clinical instructor said to me, one day you'll be a good nurse.
I want to hear
one
it.
day, and this is in my 3rd year, so
Imagine.
like that was
what
just
do you
like
mean one day? Because I'm graduating soon.
One day, like 3 years of like
nursing,
hard work, and you're telling me that one day I'll be a good nurse. Like,
exactly.
It's just like heartbreaking to hear things like that. So
it's
I don't know, like
ones.
little things like, and it's like you'll write papers and you might not do good, and you'll be like, okay, well, tell me what I didn't do, like tell me what I can fix, and they're like, oh, okay, well, I'll give you like 5 more points, and it's like,
so you
but you didn't answer my question.
Exactly.
So
next time is the
I'm kind
same
of confused
story.
where like this is the lowest mark I've ever gotten. Where is it coming from?
Yeah.
But it's things like that. Anyways, you push through, you make it to the other side, you become a nurse, and then you realize that all of that extra hard work was for nothing at the end of the day, but it's just extra emotional trauma to carry around.
Yeah.
But you just have to learn, I guess, how to cope with it. It's part of being black. And if you're a white person watching this, think to yourself, like, do I ever feel like I won't get into school because I'm white? Will I, like you said, oh, they're not going to take me because they're not going to take me.
Yeah.
They saw me, they know what I look like, they're not going to take me. Like, as a white person, do you think, oh, they saw me, I'm white, they're not going to accept me into the nursing program? Do you feel like that? And if you don't, then that should tell you what it's
like, reflect
what it's
like.
That we feel we can't do certain things, or we're not good enough because we're simply just black.
Yeah, which is so sad and sick. Yeah. I feel like it's been normalized for so long that, oh yeah, because I'm black, That is such a bad mentality that they've put on us, that like our first thing to think is, because I'm black, now I'm not gonna be able to do this. Because I'm black, but absolutely not.
And
because
my
I'm
color is
black,
becoming a burden.
Exactly.
Like, why is that why is something that my organ, literally an organ that I did not choose, is a burden for me?
Exactly.
And it's not even us. It's not even us saying because I'm black. It's not us saying, like, them being white thinking that I'm lower. Yeah. You know what I mean? So like, we kind of even need to like reword it in our head it's like internalized racism. And anytime I reflect back on that, I'm like, why do I do that to myself? But it's so ingrained in our head.
During nursing school, like, I felt that because I was black, I was perceived as not as smart as my white friends.
And that's what they tell you, though. They want you to think that way.
This isn't to bash any nursing students, but there's some people that I'm looking at and I'm just like, there are some amazing black girls who have applied to this program and haven't gotten in. And like, yes, you are smart too, but how did they not get in? Yeah. And you got in. Like some of the people, like, I'm just gonna be frank, some of the people, I'm just thinking, how did you get into nursing? And like how did you get into, like, even having conversations with you, it's like, this is so rude, but like, I'm losing brain cells right now having this conversation.
What's the procedure like to get into nursing?
You are supposed to I don't even know. Yeah. There's just supposed to be a certain number of seats, and you guys are all supposed to meet a certain average, and you'll be considered in a pool. Okay. And then they have three admission rounds. 3 admission rounds, and it's supposed to be academic wise, like by grades and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. That's how it's supposed to be, but somehow that's not the case. Mm-hmm. And like what we said before, especially in these admissions, and saying like, why aren't other black students in? Because at the time when you applied, how many were there? 4?
There was like 5 maybe, but it dropped by the years.
Okay. Why? Tell me why. So before, in 2013, there was 10 seats for black students. Okay. There was 110, which was like, I don't know, I was to like make sure that black students were getting in, which is good. At 10, like at least, even though it was about 10, it was to make sure that like those that were out, because black people weren't getting a chance to get in. Like there'd be 98 seats, but there's no black people. So they put that in, and there was 100% increase in the amount of black graduates. Every single one of them graduated and did well, okay? they took the seats out without saying anything. Like they just slowly snuck it out. And then after that, each year it decreased and it decreased. Because what year did you graduate?
2016.
Okay. By 2013, they took it out. See, it went from 10, graduated. Then now her year is 5. Down, let's fast forward a little bit. 2020, there's one of us. There's one of us. And the thing is, there wasn't just one of us that applied. Like,
definitely
there
not.
wasn't. It was so sad because when I first got in, like, when I went into my first physiology class, which is just like the normal courses or whatever, like, when you're in there and you're trying to find like the answer, you go to whoever you know will be more comfortable. You be like, you see a black person, you know, exactly. Do you know the answer? Is it A? Is it B? B? So like having that, we're like, oh, someone that will understand. What did you get? And then they'd ask me like, what program are you in? And I'd say nursing. They go, and I go. And then they're like, how'd you get in? I was like, I don't know. They're like, we applied too. And I kid you not, there was like 6, 7 of them. And we all had similar marks. So why?
And this is university, so imagine high school.
Yeah. Exactly. And
right?
the thing is, the people that were asking me had better marks than me even. The lady had a 98.
What?
In physiology. And physiology, the average is C. Is it C minus or C plus? It's
exactly.
a C mark.
And my friends even were rolling with this. They said, what you got? C? Like, you know what I mean? And then they were there with a 98 and they weren't let in. So you guys took these seats out for what? Number 1. 2, you guys are not letting, like when you fill the application out, you say what race you're in. So y'all don't know.
Race?
Yeah,
well, you say like,
are you black
African descent, like type of thing. So you do that in the application.
Yeah.
And they say that's for like to give you entrance scholarships and stuff like that.
But
I don't know. I feel like that's also another way to kind of screen.
You know the numbers.
That's definitely a way for screening. Anytime they have like career counseling and stuff in like high schools and stuff, it's always like, oh my god, you'll be amazing in basketball, you'll be amazing in singing, you'll be amazing in dance, you'll do that. Why aren't you advocating? If you see a student has amazing math marks, you'd be amazing in engineering. You'd be amazing in this, that, the next STEM fields. Because it's like, even my mom was telling me this literally the other day because we were having this conversation, and she said literally one time I was talking about one of the courses I wanted to take. I said, should I take geography or history? Like, which one do you think would be better for my degree? And the lady said, well, this process is longer and I feel like it's harder. My mom said, I didn't ask for which one. Which one is better for my degree? Which one is better? Not which one is harder for me. You see my skin color, you see my hijab on my head, you think I won't be able to do it. That's not what I'm asking. If I was white, what way do you think will help me? Right? So they always try to find a way to like discredit how smart you are and push you into other fields that are stereotypical. If you're amazing at basketball and that's what you want to do it. You know what I mean? We need more Michael Jordans out here. Exactly. But if you want to go, and that's the thing that so many people that I've been talking to lately, it's like, yes, I want to do this, and STEM feels like I want to be a doctor, I want to be a lawyer, I want to be this, that, the next. But even in elementary schools, they don't advocate for the black students to go into those fields. So obviously, even it's an issue throughout the entire school system. Like, doubt is already doing dirty, but the school system itself is not letting those black kids know you can do it. Do you know what I mean? So it's obviously gonna be an issue, and with them applying and not getting in is just putting that barrier that they're saying, we accept everybody and we're diverse and inclusive. If I'm telling you, if you go through the Dow Nursing Instagram page, all you'll see is the 4 or 5 people of minority on their page. And the classes are majority white, but they want to have this inclusive and diverse type of like
feeling or outlook.
Like that outlook, but they don't want to put the people in who are diverse and will bring the inclusivity to the profession. And that's so dangerous. You're going out to help people who are not all white. How are you going to have all white people going out? And to the point that I've even heard stories of people saying, I can't diagnose you because you're too dark and I don't know what. Can you imagine? Like, isn't that you as a nurse? You don't know your profession. That's an issue on your part, number 1, for not seeing that and saying that needs to change, and an issue on the entire system itself to say that we're only working for white people. Like,
and then they're throughout the school system, they're raising all these children who feel like they can't do it because they've never been told that they can do it, and then they take away the seats, less black people in, and then they think that we're not good enough when we're in the program.
When we're in there, they treat you.
And then they wonder why, like, there's less black people
People
or
in
why
the
black
group.
people are not
Yeah.
smart and all of this
They
stuff.
wonder.
And that's when black
And
people
then
are
it's like-
lazy.
Yeah, and then it's like,
Or
well,
they're not applying.
no one
Lies.
told anyone that those kids that they can do it.
Exactly.
And
And
Guys,
then,
it's
and then you made it
exactly
extra hard for us to even
To
get
get it.
there.
Yeah.
And then we don't even have confidence to even believe in
Yeah.
ourselves.
Thank you.
Push us in a box that we can't even get out of, and they
Thank
keep
you.
us in the box.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That internalized racism runs so deep in
It's
every
so sad.
aspect. Every aspect. Like, even down to just putting on your shoes with your friends. You're like, oh my God, I don't want to be the last person to get out of there because they'll just say, oh, the black person. Like, you know what I mean? Like, in everything, it's so ingrained. It's actually insane. And you only realize it when you say it out loud and you're like, I'm doing that to myself, right? And they're probably looking at me and saying, oh my God, she's amazing. But through all of these years and going through a
You
school
don't see
system, you
yourself
don't
that
see
way.
yourself. Like,
Yeah.
I only like really understand it once I say it out loud. And it's like, it's ridiculous. Like, it's actually ridiculous.
It's like you don't want to ask your white friend a question because, oh, they're going to think I'm stupid.
Yeah.
Thank you.
But I don't have a black friend that I can
Yeah,
ask
do you know what I
her
mean?
a
Guys,
question
that's
for,
what
and
that.
we can collab, but I don't
Exactly.
I'm too scared to ask this question because then they're going to think I'm not smart.
The dumb, yeah,
Exactly.
the black girl.
And
she's
they-
not really.
Thank you.
and then
smart.
somebody asks the same question that I'm thinking, and it's like, well, I should
I should have.
I should have taught.
I should have spoken. Maybe they
thinking
would have said
Maybe I
thank you
would
for.
have looked smarter.
Thank
I mean, it was a good
you.
question,
It's
you
just
know?
that self-doubt all the
Yeah.
time. It's honestly tiring. It's
constant.
exhausting
Constant.
thinking
I would
that
even
way.
say that mine was like even different. I feel like before I went to the nursing program, like I don't know, I was not shy. Like coming from the West, it was multicultural, so I was like, oh, you're my
Yeah.
like it was like that. So I had no idea what I was going to step into when I got into the nursing program. That was horrible. Like I really, guys, kid you not, I used to never cry. I don't know, just never really, I never really had I didn't have the time. I don't have the time to cry.
Yeah.
Entering the nursing program, waterfalls, zoom,
Literally a
every
faucet.
day. It was horrible. It was a faucet. Where's the mechanic?
Wait, do you guys have like any form of like support association?
No, there was this like yeah, and guys, that was the only reason. Like, and you didn't even have time to really even go visit BSAC
Yeah.
with the nursing program. It was so busy that the only time that I was able to visit was the one time that I was just getting so racially abused at this one time that like I kept hiding it to myself because I felt like, oh, I'm black, I'm already supposed to go through this stuff, so I'm supposed to be able to stomach it. So I never really told anyone. I'm like, okay, like stomach it. To the point that it was starting to break me. Like, guys, it was so bad. And I finally reached out to, like, I call her auntie, but like I reached out to one of the black advisors, and she was just able to finally give me advice that like, to like keep me going and pushing.
Yeah.
But like at the time what happened was we were studying for OSCEs, which is like a practical exam and stuff like that. And guys, I studied it like the back of my hand. I wasn't ready to fail. It was not me. Like if you fail the OSCE, you can watch your video back. You can watch your video back to see if you did anything wrong. Yeah. And then I was like, okay, calm. I wasn't even aiming for that. We want that A, baby, nice and clear. And then, so I did the OSCE. When you leave it, you can tell if you did bad or good. Yeah. So that one, I was like, I hit every bit of the checklist. I did good. I left. I was okay. Then all of a sudden, one Sunday evening, I received an email that I failed it. And I was like, what? Guys, I kid you not, I cried for 2 days and I couldn't tell anyone my mark. Everyone was texting, I got the pass, did you pass? I didn't answer. Miriam was silent because I was just so embarrassed. And I was like, how did I was the one who was helping people learn this OSCE.
Yeah.
How am I the one who failed it? Yeah. So I bucked myself out. I was like, let me go watch it. I was like, okay. I reached there and she gave me my sheet and I look at it and it was all these things that I said weren't checked off. I was excited first. I was like, I said this. Can we watch the video? And she goes, are you telling me that I'm lying or didn't know what I was doing? I was like, no, I'm not. I was just saying that the way I memorized the assignment, the checklist, that if I didn't say one of these, I wouldn't have said any of, I would have been messed up. Yeah. But I said it. And she goes, I've actually decided that we're not going to watch videos anymore. Wow. I was like, well, whoa. So you're telling me I have a potential A and you want me to keep this F. What's happening? And then she was like, I was confused. I've never experienced this in my life. Yeah. And then I was just so shy and I was like, can I ask someone else to watch it? And she goes, Miriam, give it up. Wow. Then she goes, do you think that, I was like, I just want to ask someone else to watch it because I know I said this. She goes, she said, oh my gosh, it literally bothers me so much. And she goes, do you think that they're gonna believe you over me? Give it up. Wow. And then I just sat there with the tears going, and like, then I went home still crying, and I said, no, I'm not taking the F if I know I got an A. Yeah. Then I went and I asked the next lady, I was like, I said the stuff and she won't watch the video. Can you please watch the video? She's like, Miriam, I feel so bad that this was your situation, but at the end of the day, it is her decision to watch the video or not. Because I remember you telling me that we could watch the video, and now that I know I did this, Oski, correct, now you're telling me I can't watch it. Yeah. And this was my first year, so it set the tone immediately that like I wasn't going to be heard. And I was the only black student. I didn't know when to say I was like racially being like singled out or something. I didn't want to say it to my friends before they start saying she always says like she's like
yeah,
you know what I mean? You don't want to be put in that, so I wouldn't talk. Then now you know what the lady did? She got mad that I asked someone for help, and she picked me to mark my final paper, which was with 50% of our mark, and she gave me a D, flat D. And do you know when that mark came in? We were about to start the final exam. All of a sudden, I'm ready to click the exam. Let's get it over with, because I passed like the pharmacology, all the courses that were hard. This was like the easiest one. It was foundations. It's like having English and having physics and all. Okay. Then I saw the D and I was like, Miriam, think out the box for this exam. I'm not trying to fail. Like having 50% on D, you have to do some magic on this thing. Yeah. Guys, I flopped it. I did so bad on it. And that's just what set the tone for the next. I couldn't stomach like wanting to fail again. It felt so bad. Like, guys,
you just break your confidence.
It breaks your confidence. And I was never that student that like once if I worked hard for something, I would start to see my return. But I thought I was going stupid. So down to every emergency or any harder course, I wouldn't take it because I was just so scared of failing. And then throughout you do your work, they give you C, but you will be a good student one day. And like all that, it just breaks you. Like it's horrible. It was horrible.
Yeah.
That's a black nursing student.
That's the whole